Willkommen wieder. Heute erwartet euch mal wieder ein Support-Part, so wie es aussieht. Also gut. Wir haben einiges, was sich angestaut hat und ich denke mal, wir machen das einfach schön der Reihe nach. Hier fangen wir nicht an, aber Hannemann-Supports sind immer recht spannend. Wir haben einen Support mit Lysithia bei ihm, also let's go.
Professor Hanneman, is this a good spot for this book?
That will do nicely, Lysithia. I'm sorry to trouble you with these chores.
It's no trouble. After all, it's proper etiquette for the young to help the elderly.
The elderly? I'm only... Never mind. How have you been feeling of late? Anything worth mentioning?
I've been feeling well enough, all things considered.
You seem to be maturing remarkably. No doubt your well-being is due to the positive influence of your twin crests working in tandem.
Here he goes with the positive again. Looks like your research is more useless than I thought.
I may ignore your assaults on my age, but I will not allow unfettered attacks upon my research. What makes you think it's lacking? Surely you do not deny that your crest-related abilities exceed those of your peers. You are so far ahead of the others. Even the combined effects of the twin crests you bear do not fully account for that discrepancy.
You just can't see beyond the crest, can you? In all your research, haven't you considered that my abilities are a direct result of the effort I put in?
Of course, I am aware that you are a hardworking student, but...
My efforts far exceed those of any other student. I've placed top priority on growing as quickly as possible.
Is the ability to expend such incredible efforts, to be so focused and driven, is that not a form of talent?
It has nothing to do with talent. It's a question of sheer will. I'm determined to succeed, no matter the sacrifice.
I see, but what drives you to such lengths?
I have goals, just like anyone, and precious little time in which to achieve them.
Little time?
The people who made me as I am informed me that my life would be drastically shortened as a result. A person bearing two crests against the will of nature itself. Well, clearly it can't be sustainable. As such, I don't indulge in the luxury of fantasizing about the future. I haven't got one. Knowing all this now, will you still claim that my crests are something positive?
I cannot. Please understand, I had no idea.
I'll be leaving now.
Lysithia, so that is why you are...
Autsch. Das war übel. Eine enorm verkürzte Lebensspanne, was? Das tut mir irgendwie ultra leid gerade. Aber wer weiß, vielleicht ist da auch gar nichts wirklich dran. Ich meine, wer hat ihr das genau gesagt? War das auch ein Wappenforscher oder... Woher hat sie diese Information exakt? Muss sie irgendwo herhaben eigentlich. Aber wie gesagt, tut mir auf jeden Fall sehr leid. Hannemann und Zetev machen wir hier erstmal weiter.
I know you are there, Hanneman.
Well, say, are those crest documents? Zetev, have you finally decided to cooperate with my research?
Absolutely not. For 21 years I have refused your requests. I have no intention of changing my mind. But I will lend you these documents I have found, on the condition that you stop following me.
I am quite tempted by the offer, but your cooperation would be of much greater value. Your crest, the major crest of Keyhole, is so rare. As far as I am aware, Zetev, you are the only person ever confirmed to bear that particular crest. How did you come to possess it?
My answer is the same as every other time you have asked. I do not know. I was born a commoner, with no connections to any crests. There are no records of my lineage.
Oh, please. That thin explanation could never discourage me. You must understand, I will dig until I find the truth, no matter how long it takes.
You are wasting your time. I cannot give you the answers you seek. Even if you were to discover the reason why I bear the major crest of Keyhole, I doubt it would satisfy you.
That is for me alone to decide. And even if you are correct, that confirmation itself would be a valuable discovery. Such is the way of research, yes?
I'm afraid I cannot attest to that. I'm no scholar. In any case, if you really have no need for the documents, you will not mind if I dispose of them.
Let's not do anything hasty now. I will leave you alone, for now. But I am taking these documents with me. Once I complete my research on these papers, it'll be your turn, Sethith. I will learn the truth of your crest.
It is a pointless endeavor. You will learn nothing from me, no matter how much you try.
Perhaps his stubborn nature is one of the effects of his crest. Now that would be an interesting discovery. The first stage of my research will be to decipher his personality.
Da steht er noch rum, aber ich denke mal, da war ich mir ja relativ sicher auch schon. Ich meine, Flane und Sethith sind wahrscheinlich genau die Originalträger der Wappen, auch direkt. Einfach nur gut getarnt. Aber wie auch immer, Ingrid hat noch einen Support mit Sethith, dann machen wir eben hier weiter.
Ingrid, are you familiar with the story of the King of Liberation and the 10 elites of Fódlan?
Of course. They were the heroes who struck down evil with the power of the sacred weapons, protecting our land and people. Their strength was passed down through the ages, manifesting itself in the crest some of us are born with.
Yes, the 10 elites certainly possessed great power. But does that make them worthy of worship?
I imagine you ask because they later fought amongst themselves, turning on one another, ravaging the land.
Precisely. Initially, Nemesis and the 10 elites worked together to bring peace to Fódlan. But soon their ambitions got the best of them, and they clashed, using their sacred weapons on anyone they chose, strong and weak alike. What I mean to say is, possessing strength alone does not make one worthy of respect. Rather, one should be judged by how they choose to use that strength.
Yes, I agree.
If you follow that logic, then you will see it also applies to those who are born with crests. Now think of how your father wishes to wed you to another family's fortune on the basis of your crest.
Yes? What of it?
These are purely inherited qualities. Is it not foolish to judge a person's value by some inherited fortune? That is all a crest is, really.
That's what I think too. Having a crest or not has no bearing on your worth as a person.
I understand that Count Galatea believes he has the right to manage your affairs. I am certain he has his own share of problems. And I do not wish to meddle or lay blame. But if there is anything I should like to say to his daughter, it is this. How you live your life is up to you.
Thank you for your counsel and wisdom, Sethith. Father's hopes were dashed long ago. I will take some time to reflect on what lies ahead. My future.
Ach du meine Güte, ja, dieses Problem immer noch. Das ist schon ein ernstes Problem bei Ingrid. Aber Sethith hat auch die richtigen Worte gefunden. Muss man wirklich sagen. Ich mag, dass das so relativ sieht. Im sind die Wappen quasi auch völlig egal an sich. Und das ist auch richtig so. Denke ich mal. Oh, Raphael und Flane. Das kann ja nur gut werden. Erinnert ihr euch noch an die Schreie? Oh Gott. Ob das wohl weitergeht?
Hello, Raphael. Are you well? Any chance you might be training today?
Of course! My muscles are always ready to train.
I imagine so. Mind if I tag along? I have been practicing my battle cries. I believe you shall notice a marked improvement. Rah! Yeah!
Wow, that sounds much better than last time. But try doing it more like this. Yeah!
Oh, hearing it anew is positively invigorating. I have much training ahead if I am to become as strong as you.
Try not to strain yourself. You've got smarts, so you shouldn't have to worry about your muscles.
I won't be satisfied until my body is as strong as my mind. As my body is so frail, my brother is endlessly worrying over me.
I know what that's like. I have a little sister too. I always worry about her, even when it's something small. like catching a cold.
Then surely you understand. I want to give my brother peace of mind. If I don't get stronger, I won't be able to do all the things I wish to do. But I'm quite enjoying this. I have never shouted so loudly in all my life. Each time I allow myself to let go in such a way, I feel invigorated.
Well, if you're having fun, I'm not gonna stop you. Go on and shout as much as you want. Give it all you've got and make your brother proud.
Just you wait. I've only just begun.
All right. Gather up your energy deep in your gut and get ready to shout.
Oh nein. Was ist das? Irgendwie musste ich mir jetzt gerade vorstellen, wie Flane einfach so Zetov aufweckt früher morgen mit ihr. Also richtig rumschreien. Erstmal. Und Zetov ist einfach nur noch genervt. In Zukunft. Früher hat er sie noch immer gesucht und jetzt ist er am Davonrennen wahrscheinlich. Nachdem Flane auf einmal anfängt, immer nur rumzuschreien. Gut Job auf jeden Fall. Hier gehen die A-Supports schon los, ne? Seht ihr? Und wir machen mal einen Lorenz Leicester A-Support, habe ich beschlossen. Los geht's.
Leicester, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight. And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today, and I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical.
Spricht es
If you are
aus.
healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible. And for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fódlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Ein netter Support. Hat ein bisschen witzig angefangen auf jeden Fall das Ganze. Aber schön, dass auch er es hinterfragt hat. Das muss ich ihn auch hoch anrechnen. Er ist schon schlau, ne? Das merkt er schon. Weil das habe ich ja auch gleich hinterfragt. Wer hat das dann bitte schön diagnostiziert? War das wirklich jemand, der auch das Talent da hatte? Aber auch die anderen Supports können wir uns jetzt natürlich angucken, dementsprechend.
Where is that darn ladder?
Need help with something, Leicester?
I can't find the ladder anywhere, and I needed to check out the books up on that top shelf.
Want me to just grab one for you?
No, I need to be able to dig around myself.
No problem. You could sit on my shoulders instead. Up you go.
Hang on a sec. That's not... I hope nobody saw that. Anyway, thank you. That was helpful. I can't believe how many fantastic books were hidden just out of reach up there. Thanks for being so patient while I rummaged.
No problem at all. It was my pleasure.
Hey, Raphael. You're always extra nice to me. Is it because I remind you of your sister Maya?
Yeah, I can't help but think about her whenever I see you around. We lost our parents when she was still real little, so she never had adults around to do stuff for her. That's probably why she grew up to be the kind of kid who wants to do everything on her own.
That's certainly something I can relate to.
I keep telling her that it's okay to rely on her big bro a little bit. Like, when there's stuff she can't do because she's too small, she just needs to ask someone bigger to do it. I told her that she could help me when I'm having trouble with stuff too. Then we would be even.
Young or old, we can all help one another out. We each have our strengths and weaknesses. Receiving help and providing help in return. It sounds so simple, really.
It is simple! I knew you'd get it.
I do. And I hope you understand that you can come to me for help too, Raphael. I can't be the only one receiving aid. It makes me feel incompetent and like a kid. I hate that.
Alright then. You could help me clean up my room.
I bet it's a disaster knowing you. I'll help you on that front, but I've got some rules on how to keep things tidy. You'll need to listen up.
If you could help with the actual tidying, that would probably be better. No need to bother with rules. I don't really do so good with remembering the complicated stuff. Oh! I got an idea. It would be even better if you could just come by and tidy up from now on. If you keep helping me, then I can help you whenever you need it. No guilt.
Whenever I need it, huh? How long does that offer hold?
From now on. Like for always. I don't know what's so difficult to understand.
For always sounds nice. I'm fine with that.
Auch ein witziger Support auf jeden Fall. Die hat da ganz schöne A-Supports irgendwie. Fühlt sich immer alles recht harmonisch an irgendwie. Wow, wir sind da echt weit, ne? Sie hat auch bald alle Optionen durch. Krass. Aber ja, hat mir wirklich gut gefallen irgendwie. Hat was. Jetzt kommt Claude dran als nächstes. Mal gucken, ob ich das hier auch sagen kann.
Strategically speaking, if I poised an archer to lie in wait here, and then lured the enemy in over here.
Lysithea, are you up late studying again?
I am, but I don't see how it's any of your business.
Look, you don't need to work yourself so hard. You're already as skilled as they come. There aren't many people out there who can match you. Everyone knows that.
I apologize for my sharpness. I just feel pressured.
Why would you, of all people, feel pressured?
I place a lot of personal pressure on myself. I need to become as strong as possible to put my parents at ease.
When I met with Count Ordelia before, he said you were his pride and joy. But he also said his only concern was that you might be pushing yourself too hard. If you really want to make your parents happy, surely you should start by taking care of yourself.
That's true.
Then it's settled. Get some rest. Save your energy for tomorrow's battle.
You really are very mature, Claude, despite the impression you give off. And I clearly have plenty of growing to do. I probably don't have much room to come down on you for harping on me.
Oh, really? Does that mean you won't get mad if I treat you like a child from now on?
That is absolutely not what I said. Just after you finally earned a small degree of respect from me, too.
Hey, just think about it for a second. You're the only one in the world I treat like this. That means you're a pretty special person to me.
You think I'm special?
Take it however you like. Or maybe the thought is too much for a kiddo like you.
How dare you!
Yeah, don't do anything you might regret. I don't want to be turned to dust.
I'm feeling generous, so I'll let you off easy this one time.
Well, that's good of you. All joking aside, go get yourself some shut-eye, okay? After all, if you don't hurry up, the boogeyman might come out and eat you!
All right, buddy, you asked for it!
Hahaha, die beiden, die sind ja wirklich fast wie Geschwister, oder? Aber total. So ganz, ganz typisch. Das ist echt witzig. echt schräg irgendwie bei Claude und Lucy, aber das ist genau das, was man so... Also die verhalten sich einfach exakt so, wie sich Geschwister verhalten würden. Echt witzig. Ja, sie hat schon wirklich tolle Supports, muss man sagen. Ich habe irgendwie auch Bock, sie irgendwo anders nochmal zu rekrutieren, wenn sich die Möglichkeit ergibt, wenn wir die anderen Routen spielen. Ich glaube, sie wäre da in der näheren Auswahl sogar, weil ich denke mal, ich werde schon so 1, 2 Leute wahrscheinlich auch hier wieder mitnehmen irgendwie. Und da würden mich die letzten Supports gegebenenfalls auch noch interessieren natürlich. Da habe ich irgendwo so immer meine Favoriten. Und sie gehört da auf jeden Fall mit dazu. Ah ja, Marianne hat da noch einen Raphael-Support. Da ist Marianne sogar komplett durch. Das ist der letzte Marianne-Support, Leute. Okay, gucken wir uns den an.
Marianne! Come here! Quick!
Oh, what's wrong, Raphael?
It's that bird you were talking to! I just found him! See? Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this? Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do? Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it!
I completely understand. I have seen more people and birds foraging for berries lately. It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Are those bugs? Yuck!
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong after this.
That was... disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I could tell by looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it!
Oh, about that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them, but I can't speak to them. I'm sorry for leading you on.
Oh, I see. What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
No, Raphael. I can't.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess I just gotta tell you. I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
What do you mean?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I try this? Cheep cheep chiree chiree.
Oh nein.
What the...
Ja. Okay.
Whoa! I've never heard you laugh before. I should have talked to you in birdese sooner. Cheep chirah, cheeply woo, teedledee!
Oh mein Gott.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
I said you gotta eat bugs to grow big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
I think I'll have to pass.
Absolut großartig. Fantastisch. Warum läuft es immer auf irgendwelche komischen Laute in letzter Zeit heraus bei Raphael? Also, das ist seltsam, aber okay. Achso, das ist Ignaz und Marianne bisher deine Supports hier. Könntest jetzt auch den Loran-Support mal mitnehmen. Alles klar.
Lawrence, look!
What is it, Hilda? Ah, a letter from your brother?
That's right. Though part of me thinks it's some stranger imitating my brother's handwriting. He's never given me this much praise. Hilda, you've learnt the value of persistence. You're really maturing, stuff like that. Usually his letters are like, I'm worried about you, and stop being so lazy.
Since I have fought by your side, I can assure you that his praise is genuine and entirely deserved.
I've written about fighting in plenty of letters. Why is he so gushy this time around?
I would venture to guess that your depictions of battle are more passionate than before. It's no surprise that such authenticity would resonate with a veteran warrior like your brother.
If that's true, I have you to thank. You've inspired me to throw myself into battle. Does everyone think I'm a tough warrior now? I don't want to be stuck with their high expectations.
Would that be so terrible? You are gifted, you know. Not to say that your lackadaisical nature has failed to endear itself to me.
I'll choose to take that as a compliment.
Speaking of letters, did you keep your promise? Did you, mention me?
I did. I told my brother all about you. I said you were a uniquely gifted leader who could inspire people to be their best selves. And I said that you'll be a real asset to the Alliance. I also told him how I wished you could join our family. He responded that he'd be honored to call you his brother.
Truly? Oh, to have such a valiant brother would be beyond my wildest expectations.
Lawrence, you know what I mean about you joining our family, right?
I believe I do. And I confess, if I am correct, that the same thought has preoccupied me as well. But you must forgive me. Now is not the time. Before we can consider our own future, we must first end this war. We must secure a peaceful world.
And if we do attain a peaceful world, then what? Come on! Just say it.
As much as I'd like to grant that request, I cannot. This is something that will deeply affect our lives. It must be said at the proper time and place, with the most artfully chosen words, and the perfect offering. I am Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, after all.
I'm not usually one for waiting around, but maybe I'll make an exception in his case.
Meine Güte, er und seine A-Supporter. Da kann er auf einmal alle überzeugen, oder? Freie Auswahl. Tch, na sowas. Aber okay, er hat noch einige andere A-Supports. Die müssen wir uns natürlich noch angucken. Vielleicht mal einen normaleren Support hier. A zu Claude. Na komm schon.
The earth nurtures the trees, and the trees bear fruit. It's the earth itself that gives us all life. O Fódlan, land of plenty, bless us with the gift of delicious food.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's just you, Lawrence.
Just
I was
you,
disturbed
Lawrence.
by your ridiculous blather. Must you recite it quite so loudly? And can you even call that nonsense poetry when it is utterly ignorant of rhyme and meter?
Ouch! You don't hold back, do you? I didn't know you were so particular about poetry. Ha! Maybe you have a secret poetry collection of your own hidden somewhere.
That's absurd. Where did you hear that? And just what was that poem about? It seemed to me that you were praising the land. But is it not the goddess who nurtures the land? Should your praise not go to her instead?
Of course you zero in on that detail. You really are a Fódlan noble through and through.
Certainly. Aren't you?
I'm not quite the same, no. Though noble blood flows within me, it can't change who I am at heart.
Pardon? I think you had best clarify.
Listen, Lawrence, you had ambitions of becoming the Alliance's ruler, didn't you? Would you like to try that for real? If you really want it, I wouldn't mind giving up my position.
What's this all of a sudden? That is not an offer to be made in jest.
I'm not joking around. I've been thinking it for a while now. I originally thought you were like a fox drawn in by the deer of the Alliance. But I was wrong. You're no thoughtless predator. You're trying to properly train the deer around you. Isn't that right?
That is my intention. But the ambition is insufficient. To rule well, a certain temperament is required. When we first met, I mistrusted you a great deal, and on my father's advice, I observed you closely. That is why I can say this for certain. You possess the qualities necessary to govern.
A compliment? From you? That's about as rare as a deer standing on its hind legs and doing a jig.
Merely a statement of fact, one that is quite relevant to the future of the Alliance.
The future of the Alliance, huh? You really are devoted to your cause.
Depending on your actions, I may yet see fit to seize your position for myself. Bear that in mind.
I welcome the idea. It means I can feel safe vanishing whenever I see fit.
Vanishing? Do not tell me you intend to die in this conflict. You cannot shape the future if you do not live to see it.
Ha! First you compliment me, and now you're worrying about me? What have you done with the real Lawrence? No, I'm not going to die. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, this war isn't just for the Alliance anymore. It's going to decide the fate of all Fódlan. It would be cruel to leave you with the burden of uniting all of Fódlan by yourself, don't you think?
Burden? Please. If there were none other suitable, I would gladly become a king. Or even an emperor.
Well, well. I guess I shouldn't take Lawrence of the famous House Gloucester so lightly. Really, though, don't you go dying on me either, Lawrence. We're going to need men like you in the age to come.
The same to you, Claude. A world without you would be ever so dull.
Oh, was für ein toller Support. Auch wieder super. Herrlich, auch fantastisch, wie sie jetzt einfach sich hier wirklich gut verstehen, schlussendlich. Auch mal ein bisschen über die Vergangenheit geredet, dass er eben bewusst misstrauisch sein musste, auch wegen seinem Vater wieder, ja, da muss man aufpassen. Der gute Graf Kloster, dem ist nicht so ganz zu trauen, glaube ich. Aber das ist ja wohl bekannt, ne? Weiter geht es hier mit 2 weiteren A-Supports. Zu Leonie hat er sogar einen A+-Support, na sowas. Erstaunlich. Dann machen wir erstmal Manuela, weil das ist quasi dann ein abgeschlossener Support.
As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, horsebone, moon, and summer's end. Did you hear me just now? What did you think?
Marvelous, as though sung by the goddess herself. Enchanting, heartrending, your voice truly captivates all who hear. It is as though you channel all the emotion and human experience of your life into the music.
Well, I guess I have my fair share of life experience, so long as you're not implying I'm old.
No, that is not... I mean to say that you skillfully applied your own interpretation in the music.
Interpretation? When I sing, I am not interpreting. I'm scarcely thinking at all. I simply yield my heart to the poetry, and the emotion follows naturally.
I believe that is what they call genius. I hope you will permit me to listen again. I would like to hear it up close next time.
Of course. Next time I'll perform a private show. Just the two of us.
You mock me.
Never. I wasn't mocking you. In fact, I'd like to see some more of your poetry.
My poetry? Why?
I'd like to use it for another song. I promise that when it's done, you'll be the first to hear.
Please, my poetry is merely an idle pursuit.
That doesn't matter. The words are unadorned, the feelings so direct. Your poems have touched my heart. They are so true to life.
I suppose there is a certain appeal in the portrayal of such dark emotions, even if it is a bit graceless. Very well. Take this. You may use any of the poems I've finished working on.
Oh my, I can hardly wait. Is this the next part of the poem I was singing just now?
Yes. I wrote that after I heard you sing the first part. I had nearly given up on it, to be honest, but your music gave me the inspiration to continue. Though it is still quite unpolished and not at all ready for a broader readership, I feel.
Unpolished? No, Lawrence. It's beautiful. Thank you. To think that my voice inspired you. Yet, it's you who inspires my voice. I'm so excited to start a new song.
Yes, please do.
Na, auch ein sehr schöner Support an sich. Gegenseitige Inspiration, ja, das gibt es manchmal, das ist auch sehr wichtig. Kann mich zum Beispiel gut daran erinnern, ja, falls die Personen auch gerade zugucken, na, auf unserem tollen Discord-Server damals, als dann auf einmal dieses ganze Fire Emblem Hacking-Thema aufkam. Und dadurch, dass sich andere auf einmal damit befasst haben, womit ich mich früher auch so ein bisschen befasst habe, habe ich selbst wieder richtig Lust drauf bekommen und habe dann echt angefangen, richtig viel zu machen in dem Bereich. Habe da echt ganz tolle Sachen angefangen zu entwickeln. Ich glaube, hätte es diesen Grundstein aus meiner Community zum Beispiel nie gegeben, hätte ich damit vielleicht nicht einfach so wieder angefangen und sogar noch, ja, ich bin ja sogar noch krasser dann ausgerastet quasi. Also, und ich glaube, wiederum meine Sachen haben eine andere auch dazu inspiriert, weiterzumachen. Manchmal gibt es solche Kreisläufe. Und es ist, finde ich, was wert, diese intakt zu halten. Sowas zum Beispiel, sich gegenseitige Inspiration ist was Schönes. Das ist was wirklich Tolles, wenn man das schafft, sowas zu bauen. Hängt natürlich dann davon ab, dass man halt Kontakte knüpft, ja, dass andere sich auch mit dem Thema befassen und schon kann das ganz gut funktionieren. Bei Künstlern hat man das häufiger. Jemand zeichnet ein tolles Bild, dann ist inspiriert und dann zeichnet man selbst vielleicht noch was und dann startet man vielleicht eine Art Kreislauf, ne? Ein schöner Gedanke eigentlich. Wir machen weiter mit dem Leonie-Support hier.
Hey, got a minute?
Ah, Leonie. Are we to sharpen swords again?
No, I came to give you this handkerchief back. Sorry, I know I held on to it for a while. You lent me this, remember?
I recall giving it to you. It is a noble's duty to give to the common folk. In return, the commoner need only pay respect.
That's nice. You left out the part where the nobles take all the stuff the regular folks make?
Yes, the common folk give the fruits of their labor, willingly, I might add, as a token of that respect. The head of San village offers his tribute in exactly that spirit, you know.
San? That's my village. You knew?
Of course. We granted exclusive hunting rights to San and forbade outsiders from poaching. In fact, when we received complaints about just that, we hired mercenaries to deal with the issue.
So that's what brought Gerald.
What was that?
Nothing. Look, just take the handkerchief. I'm returning something I borrowed from a friend.
Very well. As your friend, I will accept it.
You know, I really wish you wouldn't think of nobles as always giving and commoners as only receiving. Friends help each other, without thinking about status. And that help goes both ways.
Quite so. And when I require the aid of a friend, I assure you I will happily recognize it. But only with friends. In the main, I must continue to refuse assistance from the common folk. For a noble to accept would be disgraceful.
Huh. I always thought he was just stuck up. Turns out, he just has this grand idea of nobility he's trying to live up to.
Genau so ist das.
Oh,
das
no.
ist Lorenz.
I didn't even give him the handkerchief.
Und da geht der A-Support dann irgendwann mal weiter mit einem A+ quasi. Spannend. Aber ja, das ist wirklich einer der stärksten Charaktere, meiner Meinung nach, auch bisher. Der Typ ist super interessant geschrieben. Wahnsinn. Immer noch. Bin recht beeindruckt davon, wirklich. Wie man eigentlich so ein relativ schlechtes Bild so krass umdrehen kann. Ist sehr faszinierend. Er ist wirklich gut geworden als Charakter, so. Okay, ob ich dir jetzt den A-Support zu Claude gönne, weiß ich nicht. Bei Claude machen wir, glaube ich, sogar zu Ingrid weiter. Ich weiß nicht, was Ingrid sonst für gute Optionen tatsächlich hätte. Raphael, Ignaz haben wir schon fest vergeben und das ist eh nur noch Setef, also ja. Wobei Raphael und Ingrid durchaus auch ganz gut passt. Aber dann wird wieder eine Daphne reingeheiratet, ist ja auch witzig. Nicht, dass mir das wichtig wäre jetzt im Speziellen. Aber die haben auch eine interessante... Also sind durchaus recht unterschiedlich, aber ich glaube, die könnten auch ganz gut harmonieren. Die beiden ergänzen sich, denke ich, auch ganz gut. Weil Claude ist manchmal schon zu locker wiederum, auch wenn er sehr intelligent ist. Und sie aber manchmal schon wieder fast zu stur irgendwie. Kommt drauf an. Ja, Raphael, was geben wir dir eigentlich für einen A-Support später? Das ist auf keinen Fall Flame, das ist die Tabuzone schlechthin. Ach, Bernie, stimmt, Bernie hat bei uns ja gar nichts, weil das ist problematisch, ja. Das machen wir, glaube ich, ja, das ist sinnvoll. Sonst hat Bernie gar keinen vernünftigen A-Support zum Schluss. Wir hatten nur Setef als einzige Ausweichmöglichkeit. Das muss so sein. Also Raphael und Bernie ist klar. Ganz, ganz klar. Und Claude und Ingrid ist dann auch klar. Was wir bei Hilda machen, da bin ich mir dann auch so ein bisschen unklar. Setef? Mein Setef ist an sich immer noch eine freie Option bei so ziemlich allen. Uff. Aber alle können wir gar nicht belegen, kommt mir gerade so oder so. Also irgendeiner kriegt einfach so ein Ending, ja. Vielleicht so eine Art Buddy-Ending quasi, ne, mit anderen. denen sie halt gut harmonieren. Ich muss noch mal überlegen, wie wir das dann machen. Okay, Cyril, ich weiß ja nicht. Hilda, Cyril. Ja gut, das ist ein Almyra. Die haben bestimmt auch noch einen spannenden Support, oder? Ich meine, da sie ja Haus Goneril ist ja an der Grenze zu Almyra immer wahrscheinlich früher auch gewesen. Ihr Bruder ist da immer noch stationiert. Haben zumindest irgendwo einen gewissen Bezug. Auch wenn er nicht gerade der friedlichste vielleicht sein mag, aber spannend ist er allemal. Ja, wir haben so ein bisschen was drüber nachdenken müssen. Und ich meine, gut, Flane ist halt immer ein bisschen weird. Keine Ahnung, oder ordnen wir die jetzt irgendwo noch zu großartig? Übrigens relativ krass, ne? Zetov, Flane und Chris sind ein relativ heftiges Team. Zu dritt. Ja. Die Kraftboni sind erstaunlich, dass Flane Chris hier Kraft +2 jetzt schon gibt. Später ist es wahrscheinlich +3 sogar. Das ist relativ heftig tatsächlich. Also das ist echt cool eigentlich. Darf man nie unterschätzen, weil es sind schon gute Stat-Boosts auf jeden Fall. Aber wir sind hier fertig fürs Erste. Das passt so. Das heißt, als nächstes kann die Mission beginnen. Bis bald, Leute.